Hello and welcome back to Asanas and Wellness. If this is your first time here, my name's Latoya. Today I'll be guiding you through a yin-yang sequence, a grounding yin-yang sequence. So we'll be doing some grounding poses and really just focusing internally on what that energy feels like, on what the yang energy feels like, and what the yin energy feels like within the body. All right, so as far as props, if you have blocks, you may want to have blocks nearby for support, and also a bolster or either a rolled blanket. We'll be using it for one pose, and that is supported fish near the end. So either a bolster or get a blanket or towel and fold it up, roll it up, and that will work just fine. All right, so if you're ready, let's get started. All right, so we're going to start our sequence with a bit of Qigong. All right, so we're going to start with spinal breathing. So standing with your feet about hip width apart. I'm going to come into something similar to mountain pose. Go ahead and make a slight bend in your knees and drop your tailbone down so that it's pointed towards the mat. Now on an inhale, you're going to bring your arms up to cactus position. Inhale, open up, widening through the chest. And exhale through the nose, rounding your spine, bringing it all in, bringing your chin down to your chest, closing your palms and rolling it all in. Inhaling through the nose, open up. And exhale, bring it in. Very similar to our cat-cow motion. And as you breathe, just feeling your breath, imagine it, this current of energy running up and down your spine. Let's continue just a couple more at your own pace. On your next one, go ahead and return to standing. Your hands out to each side, palms facing out. Just take a moment here. Knees still slightly bent, tailbone pointed slightly down towards the mat. Basically, we're trying to flatten that lower back, make the spine completely straight, while at the same time just kind of dropping down into the legs without straining. Now on an inhale, bring your hands up, palms facing each other to about a chest height. And exhale, press your hands out, turn your palms out, pressing out to each side. Opening up through the chest. Inhale, bring it in, just imagining drawing in all the good things. And exhale, pressing away all that does not serve. Just do maybe 3 more of these at your own pace. Take in what you need and releasing the rest. And after your last one, go ahead and bring your arms back down to each side, palms facing out. And from here, we're going to kind of get the blood flowing in our hips a bit with some hip circles. So you can maybe bring your hands to your hips and just begin to kind of move your hips around in a circle. Really taking your time, really getting or feeling this movement in the hips, making big circles, but also being mindful that you're moving through the hips and not just through the torso. Breathing in and out of your nose. Maybe inhaling as you round the front and exhaling as you round the back. All right, let's reverse our circle. Go the opposite direction. And return to neutral. Bring your arms out to each side. Just taking a moment to see what feels different. Settling, grounding down. And on an inhale, I want to send your weight over onto your left foot and kind of cross your right foot behind. Then bring your arms up, grabbing your right wrist with your left hand for a slight bend over towards the left. Breathing into it. And exhale, let's take it to the other side. Finding your balance before taking your stretch. And on an exhale, release, coming back to center. We're going to bring your palms behind you for prayer hands. So if you can, if it's accessible, bring your hands behind you with the palms of your hands in prayer position behind your back. But if that's not accessible, simply cross your arms and grab opposite forearms or elbows, really opening up through the chest. If you grab opposite forearms, go ahead and maybe unwrap and grab the opposite way. Keeping a slight bend in the knees. And exhale, release. Here, let's make our way to the top of our mat into mountain pose. And let's go ahead and take a sun salutation. So inhale, send your hands up, slight back bend. And exhale, bring it all down into a forward fold. Inhale, half fold, bring your torso parallel to the mat. Exhale, release your hands down, stepping back to plank. You can come down to your knees if you like. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows and slowly lower to the ground. And inhale, like a baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe walking your heels a bit. Taking a few breaths here. And then slowly bringing your knees down to the mat into tabletop position. From here, we're going to practice our balancing table. So maybe extending your left leg back, toes pointing down. And maybe you want to lift your right hand. See if you can find this balance here. Now turn that left thigh down. Rotate it so that the thigh is down toward the mat. Hold in here and exhale, release. Swing that left leg out, extending the right leg out. And from here, we'll take a variation of plank pose, side plank. Really reaching above your head, maybe more similar to a variation of wild thing. And exhale, turn it back down towards the mat. Bring your leg back, and we'll take that on the other side. It's a balancing table. Extend your right leg back. Rotating that hip so that it's down towards the mat. Toes pointed down. And when you're ready, go ahead and extend. Maybe you extend the left arm out, keeping your core nice and tight. And exhale, release. Now from here, go ahead and let's turn, bringing that right leg back, coming into our variation of wild thing. Breathing in and out of the nose. And exhale, release back down to the mat. And from here, we will come into a downward facing dog. Let's bring your right leg up, three-leg dog. And on the exhale, bring it through to low lunge. So however you need to get there, maybe you step it all the way through. Maybe you have to come back to tabletop first and step that right leg up, however you need to get there. Inhale, extending up through the spine, all the way through the crown. And exhale, half split. Feeling the support of the ground beneath you. Maybe leave the toes pointed, or you can point it out or towards you. Yogi's choice here. And inhale, back to low lunge, this time with a twist. So extending your right arm behind you, left hand in front. Slight twist over towards the right. And exhale, bring back to center. Let's come up and bring your left knee off the mat. When you're ready, come on up to your high lunge, but keep your torso in line with that left leg. So extend your arms out. Pressing that right big toe down into the mat. And exhale, straightening that right leg. Then you're going to pivot your left foot to bring your heel to the mat. Your toes pointed towards that left front edge of the mat. And we're going to take a reverse triangle. So dropping your left hand down to the back of your thigh, right hand up, gazing up. And exhale, stepping to the top of the mat, coming into a half chair pose. So sending your hips back, but bringing that left ankle to rest just above the knee. Finding your balance here. Palms together at your heart. Send your hips back. Pressing into the ground. And stepping back to warrior one. Bringing that left foot back to a 45-degree angle. Bending your right knee to align with your ankle. And exhale, warrior two. So pivot, so turn that left foot so that your arch is in line with the heel of your right foot. Gazing over the right fingertips. And inhale, reverse warrior. Gazing up. And exhale, extended side angles. Bring the right forearm down to your thigh. Extending the left arm up. Turning that pinky down towards the mat. Pulling that left shoulder back. And exhale, I'm going to circle that hand around and come down to downward facing dog. It's taking a few breaths here. Hopefully you feel the heat. Just sending your awareness to what that heat feels like. Now we'll take that sequence on the other side. 3-leg dog. On the left, step through to low lunge. If you hear squeaking, that's my guinea pigs talking. Exhale, half split. Bring your fingertips to the mat, or you can bring them to blocks here if you'd like. And exhale to low lunge. And let's take a twist. And exhale, return back to center. Bring your fingertips down to the mat. Lift that right knee to come up into your high lunge, keeping your body kind of at a diagonal. And inhale to your reverse triangle. So straighten that left leg, drop the right arm, extend up. Right foot, toes pointed towards the right corner of the mat. And inhale, coming up to mountain pose. This time, sending your weight down onto your left foot for our half chair pose. Palms at heart center. Inhale, we're going to come up. Exhale, step back to warrior one. Pointing those right toes once again up to that, towards that top corner. Torso face towards the top of the mat. And exhale, warrior two. Shifting that that right foot. Gazing over the fingertips. Inhale, reverse warrior. Gazing up and back. And inhale, extended side angle. Bringing that left forearm down to the thigh. Grounding down into the feet. Feeling that energy draw up all the way from the right foot through your fingertips, through that side body. And inhale. I'm going to swing that arm around and we're going to come back down to your downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. From here, go ahead and walk your feet up towards the top of the mat. Bending to your knees to press your feet down to the mat. Now pressing yourself up, slowly rolling through your spine, shoulders, neck, and then head up. And from here, we're going to step the left foot back into warrior two. So with the left foot parallel to the back of the mat, right heel in line with the arch of the left foot, gazing over those fingertips. Now facing now towards the side of the mat, you're going to slowly bend to bring the palms of your hands down to the floor. And adjust your feet however you need to. It may be a little different for everyone, just depends. You may need to widen your stance a bit. Adjust so that the palms of your hand are all the way down to the floor. Just taking a few minutes to breathe here and to feel the support of that earth. Just holding you, sending you good energy. Maybe you close your eyes. Just focus on what this energy feels like. Slowly begin to come back in, to come back up to your warrior two. From here, you straighten that left leg, bring both toes in, and we're going to go ahead and just take your warrior two to the other side. So bending into that left leg this time. Warrior two. Taking a deep breath here, in and out the nose. Turning your torso forward, bringing the palms of your hands to the mat, adjusting as you need to. Your legs still in warrior two stance. Just breathing here. So allowing yourself to focus internally. Build this yang energy, or build upon it. Right, and then coming back, bringing yourself back up. And from here, we're going to shimmy your feet in to step towards the top or the bottom of your mat. We're going to be coming into yogi squat. If you have your block nearby, grab your block. Bring your feet so that the toes are pointed out, heels in. Slowly begin to bring your toes down. bring your hips down, I'm sorry. Adjust your feet as you need to, using your elbows just to gently press your knees open. And if you have a wider block, that actually works a lot better for this. But so if you're using a thin block, just be very careful. Just taking this moment here to just ground down. Just notice how you feel after that yang flow. As we begin to bring that energy down into a more cooler, calmer yin energy. Slow, deep breaths in and out of the nose. All right, now slowly, maybe you come forward onto your fingertips. Some people like to go backwards, whatever feels the safest for you to come out of this pose. And then we're going to come to a reclined position for fish pose. If you have a towel and you worked up a sweat, go ahead and maybe dab your forehead a bit. If you have your rolled blanket, or if you're using a bolster, you may want to go ahead and get that now. And also you may find a block helpful for this pose. So extending your feet out, bring your bolster maybe an inch or two behind you. You may have to adjust. Begin to come down. Now the bottom of your shoulder blades should spill right over the top of the bolster. And you can bring the back of your head either down to the mat, or you can place a block under it. And just taking a moment in this pose. Maybe you bring your arms out to each side. Maybe you allow them to rest on your lower belly. So whatever feels the best. And if you are using a block, you can use it on whichever level feels the best. If you'd rather use it on the second level, that's fine. Just allowing your body to just be supported by the mat beneath you or the floor beneath you, supported by any props that you're using. We close your eyes as we hold these poses, focusing on what this yin energy feels like. Let's come out of this pose. I like to kind of roll up to one side and remove the prop. Don't forget to remove your block, and then come down for a reclined pigeon pose. So bring your left ankle just above your right knee. On an inhale, draw that knee in, flexing that left foot towards the left knee, and relaxing, only using what arm strength you need here. Otherwise, kind of relaxing. Again, eyes closed, or keep your gaze low. Just focusing on your breath. Just breathing easy. And exhale, release. So now let's take it to the other side. This time bring your right ankle to just above the knee, your left knee. Inhale, drawing that knee in. Being mindful not to roll over towards the right, but to try to keep your hips down evenly to the mat, your lower back down to the mat. And exhale, release. From here, we're going to adjust your hips, lift your hips and move them over towards the right side of your mat, maybe an inch or two. Bring the legs up. Inhale and exhale. Allow your legs to fall over towards the left. If you like, you can place a block between your knees here. Bring in your both of your shoulders. Make sure that your right shoulder is down to the mat. If if you find that shoulder lifting, then that block between the knees, or bolster or blanket, something between the knees, will actually help make that more accessible for you. And we're here for just a minute. Breathing deep into this twist. And on an inhale, use your core strength to bring your knees back up, adjusting your hips over towards the left side, and interso, knees up, and exhale over towards the right. And inhale, bringing your knees back up, adjusting your hips to center. Allow the soles of your feet to touch for butterfly pose. Allowing your knees to fall out to each side. Bring your palms maybe out, facing up, or maybe you want to rest them on your lower belly. Yogi's choice. Your shoulders down, away from your ears. Maybe taking a moment to just notice what feels different. How does the yin energy that we are experiencing now differ from that yang energy that we did previously? So bring your palms down if they're not already, and bring them up under your thighs or your knees to bring your knees back together. Bring your feet about as wide as the mat. Allow your knees to fall in towards each other for just a moment. And from here, we'll move into our final pose, Shavasana. So when you're ready, go ahead and extend your feet, allowing your feet to kind of fall open. Bring your arms out to each side, allowing yourself to take up as much space as you want. Palms facing up, shoulder blades in, shoulders down, away from your ears. Adjust your head so that the back of your skull is down on the mat, creating some length along the back of the neck. So maybe your chin is just slightly pointed downward. If you like, you can bring your bolster or folded blanket under your knees, or you can bring your blanket to cover you. If you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes or keep a soft gaze, allowing yourself to express a few moments of gratitude to yourself for this practice, while also maybe just kind of feeling whatever you feel, what feels different. How did yang energy moving through your body feel in contrast to the yin energy that moves through your body? Just bring your awareness to any of these, or simply focus on your breath. Feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you need to. And when you're ready, begin to deepen your breath in and out of your nose. Begin to make small movements, like wiggling your fingers and toes, ankle rolls, wrist rolls, slowly blinking your eyes open. Maybe take a nice deep stretch, pointing your toes, wiggling your fingers, and go ahead and roll over to one side very slowly and press yourself up to meet in Sukhasana, or a cross legs position. Bring your palms together at your heart center. And we will close this practice with a deep cleansing breath in through the nose and out of the mouth. Inhale. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Till next time. If you enjoyed this sequence, remember to like and subscribe and share this with a friend. Thank you for your practice.